So anyway, so now if you get yourselves in the meditation posture, whatever that posture is for you, and then we can start with a short guided meditation, and then I will be quiet to allow you to get into some deep meditation by yourself. Okay, the lights are down. We have the mood, and now we have setting the mood even more by some nice instructions. And so first of all, when the eyes are closed, you have more energy preserved inside of you. I'm glad your eyes are closed because I just yawned. But unfortunately the camera's eyes are not closed on me all the time, so I can't get away with that. So now we put our attention first of all in just how our body feels. Remember, you're giving this time to calm peace inside of yourself. So I know you may have many other things you have to do in life, maybe many things you have to do after this meditation and talk are completed. But nevertheless, we give these moments to meditation, to peace, to rest. And because that this is all about learning how to relax to the max, please do that totally. It's important that we learn how to be peaceful. And the way we learn how to be peaceful is learn how to take away all the noise and disturbances. In order to do that, we just relax. Trust your body to know what to do if you give it that opportunity. To let things be means to allow them to be, to let it. Don't interfere with this process of the mind coming to a state of peace and the body being at ease. It's a safe place you're sitting in now. So first of all, just go inside your body. How does it feel? Again, I've been meditating for years, but I still do this every time. Feel my legs at the beginning, making sure they're in a good position. Because you meditate a lot, you do actually know when the foot is in the wrong position or the knees are just too tight. So I start with my feet and making sure they are both really relaxed. And a lot of times, I just really get into it. I stay with my feet until I can feel them just like oozing with peace and comfort. It's just like sometimes I remember as a kid, you would go walking to school in the snow, and you'd come back and your feet would be almost frozen. And I would just soak them in some warm water. And it felt so pleasant to look after your feet so they were comfortable, at ease. And the blood and everything else was just flowing smoothly through them. And the feet felt good. So just like now, you can feel the feet relaxing. There are two types of tension, one which is caused from outside of yourself, but also the tension which you cause inside by tightening up your body. I make sure that even my feet are so loose when I start the meditation. And my ankles too. You may have had some injuries to your ankles, but nevertheless, you just focus on those aches or pains or tightness, and imagine them loosening up. Imagination is not a bad thing to do if you know how to do it in a positive way, because imagination works. It is starting to use the power of your mind to relax things. Open up places of tension, blockages in your body. And from the ankles, I go up in the calves. I don't usually have any problems in that area of my body, but nevertheless, I make sure I'm aware of the skin and the muscles, the bones in the lower part of my legs. It's like I sweep up there, just making sure everything's okay. Because at times you may miss something. If you catch it early, it's easy to heal. And go to my knees. And again, my knees are very comfortable, but still I will stay there and just open them out a bit more. It might be just my imagination, but I don't care because it works. It makes those knees feel so free, open, and they won't cause me trouble for the whole of the meditation, simply because I looked after them. And go up to the thighs, huge muscles, and make sure that they are relaxed to the max. So I just scan through them, like looking for any sort of mistakes in my posture or anything which is going to cause a bigger ache or pain later on. And as soon as I see it, I give it the kindfulness, really looking after it. And of course it heals. I've always noticed the power of kindness, the therapeutic power, the healing power of kindness. And just how just looking at a part of your body which may be bruised or tired or aching, and the kindness can make the wound or the pain or the bruise vanish. And then up to the butt, the two buttocks, making sure that they are all comfortable. I've got to sit down here and take the weight of my body for half an hour. I've got to make sure they can handle that without any problem. And it's weird, at first you can feel the pressure of your butt against the bottom of the chair or the stool or the cushion. But later on that feeling, as long as it's pretty at ease, nothing is really extraordinarily digging into your flesh, then soon that comfort will come. And you won't even feel your butt. I go up the back to make sure I'm sitting. I like a straight back sometimes, actually most times. So I stretch my back and then release that force so that the back can relax into a good position, which is not going to cause me any problems. And then the front of my body, up the torso, up through the digestive tracts, making sure that there's no aches or pains there. Sometimes as a monk you're not quite sure what you're eating because you don't cook it for yourself. You may order it, but you're not really that sure what's inside of it. But nevertheless, you know how to relax your guts so much. There's no ache, no pain, no tension there at all. And up to your stomach, your tummy, to make sure that that is at ease. If it's at ease before there's any problems, the problems usually don't arise. And up to the lungs and the heart, just sweeping through the body, making sure that everything is at ease. If you find any place which is a bit tight or achy, then just stay there for a short while and learn how to relax that part of the body. You relax it so deeply, the ache or the pain disappears. At least it gets less, much less. That's what we mean by relaxing to the max. As much as you can do. And up to your shoulders. Loosen them, relax them, until there's no tightness there at all. Or like you just had a massage over your shoulders. Everything is loose and at ease. And nothing is being pulled tight or squashed or anything. The body is in its natural position. Strong, but not tight. And down the arms, past the elbows, making sure the elbows are okay, to the wrists, and to the hands and the fingers, At this point I always make sure my fingers are in a good position. And I stay there for a little while, just to enjoy the feeling of comfort in this part of my body. My fingers do a lot of work, tapping the keys of a computer. This is where you can relax your fingers. And back up to the neck, making sure the head is well balanced on top of the neck. If there's any irritation in the throat, to make sure that it's comfortable. Sometimes, as I often say, mindfulness gives you feedback. So I'll just change an attitude or change just a little part of my position, and I get the feedback. Yes, it's actually getting better, more comfortable. And it's that feedback which I use to adjust my posture so it gives the most relaxation and peace. And then up from the throat to the face. The face, again, those muscles around the eyes and the mouth. This is where your emotional world is played out. So make sure that everything is relaxed. If there was any tiredness or any aches, any fear, anxiety, whatever in your face, relax those muscles and relax the cause of that tightness, the negative emotion, to actually disappear. And then when my face is at ease, it's like my whole body sitting here is being looked at part by part. And now is the opportunity to look at the body as a whole, as a one unit. I've been caring for it for about 10 minutes, relaxing as much as I can. If there's anything I missed out, I'll go back to it right now and just relax to the max. And you get to a point where the body is so much more relaxed than when I started, which tells me that it's at ease, it's at peace. And ready for meditation. But I don't let that relaxed body disappear yet, because as I mentioned every week, it's at this point where my body feels delightful. There's a pleasure in relaxation, a feel-good factor. And I stay with that because you discover you get even more relaxed when you're enjoying being aware of a delightful body. And it also gives you the hint of how meditation works. Samadhi, stillness, stays because you enjoy it. It's a very delightful feeling. But anyway, now I go into the mind. I ask myself how peaceful I am, and see if I can allow that peace to go deeper. But first of all, just recognizing it. And that becomes the object of my meditation at this stage. Just peace, because I'm watching the mind now. Peace doesn't live in the body, it lives inside of you, in your mind. How peaceful are you? What causes that peace to get deeper, stronger, more stable? And what disturbs the peace? Present moment awareness. How do you let go of the past? Being kind to the past. being kind to the future, seeing the positive side of past and future. And once you can start seeing the positive side of things, you can really see the positive side of this present moment just now. Now is the most important time. It's the only time you ever have. And all of your thoughts or memories of the past, you should have figured out by now they're not accurate, they're not reliable. We add and subtract from the past. And of course your imaginations of what will happen in the future are also unreliable. When you look upon it that way, you realize how much you waste time by dwelling in the past or worrying about the future. So instead, we put our attention in now, the place where your future is being made. The only place you can really trust. Now. And you're kind to it. Just like parts of my body relaxed when I gave that part of the body kindness, so does this mind relax when you're kind to this moment. It makes it easier to be here. You don't have to force the mind. The mind loves to meditate. And once you have some stillness, the next thing which will happen is silence, where you don't have an inner conversation about what's going on. You don't have to give something a name to know it deeply. Let go of all the words and focus instead upon the emotion of silence, of peace. It's from this point that things like the breath will come up by themselves. Just watching the breath so easily. You don't choose to. Just what happens. What happens when you get peaceful and silent? I will now be silent until close to the end of the meditation. as though it is close to the end of the meditation now. But how do you feel? You don't need to put into words, but feel the emotions of peace and relaxation. And how attractive is that feeling of peace? The delight accompanied by peace. If you had the opportunity to meditate longer, is that delight will keep you still for many minutes. It's so pleasant, you can't take your eyes off the experience. I'm talking about the inner eye, feeling peace, satisfaction. And how does your body feel? I like this because during that middle part of the meditation I focus on the mind. And I go back to the body and the body feels so great. It's a peace. More deeply relaxed than when I stopped watching the body and went into the mind. This is the way to keep a healthy, delightful, rested body. So I'm now going to ring the gong 3 times. When the gong finishes sounding, that's the time to come out from the meditation, after the 3rd ringing of the gong.